Too much to do. Getting into it. Getting into it. Just the chat. Yeah. Settings. Appearance. That's this appearance. Ah, okay. There's two versions. Let's stream. Default, compact, preview, VRChat, alignment, blah blah. Scale. Works fine. All right. Now we got chat up there. Oh, dokie. Artichoke. First things first, we're going to make a thumbnail this morning because I need to get this done. Spent the whole week working on other stuff, whole weekend. Mask. Should just be these here. Most likely. And I don't need to make a mask made of clothing. So I'll just slap that on there. Body. Invert that. And we can hit smooth. Like that. That should do it. Maybe we'll put it before triangulate. All right. And we're going to turn it off because I only want it in my thumbnail file. All right. Do some stretches before we get started. Oh. Oh. And now we're going to link the Scalar collection. Ahoy, Era! Welcome. Welcome. I have not gotten to the changes just yet for Era, but I expect to be getting to them soon. I just had to get some work done this weekend. No rest for the wicked. Get rid of that. Add a new one. I figured no biggie. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure we're getting it done as soon as possible. But, I really gotta put my nose to the grindstone this week. Hello, Lootmonger. What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. We made it. We're thriving, striving. All right. I got coffee. I'm hungry though. This is for VRChat, so it's not a big deal. Not for my VTuber deal. So we cool. Okay, perfect. I did see something I thought you would like recently. This morning, actually. So it's pretty cool. There's this person that set up ear controls with their brain. So they're using a EEG headband to control their ear position, which I just find so fascinating. I hope to see a lot more of this kind of stuff in VR because I think that will really be an interesting space to explore. Truly fascinating stuff in there. It has to be hella complex setup. Elsewise, I would get one and be like, "Yo, tail and wing controls, please." I know. I really wonder. It's like when you set up your brain to start doing those kinds of things. Like people talk about phantom touch a lot. It's like that would probably dial in your sense of phantom touch like really intensely. Like to have that feedback, even just visually, of being able to move something like you move your limbs. Um, that's, I think, pretty profound. Certainly will be interesting. I can already turn on Phantom Touch, so yeah, I get that came from fursuiting. That makes sense. I get it a little bit just like around my head and face, and I'm sure that if I was in VRChat more, I'd get that feeling a lot more. Um, I also recently learned that apparently ultrasound. This is what I spent my morning on for looking this. Ultrasound you can be used to stimulate your nerves, um, especially with magnets, with an electromagnet. So I was imagining is like you could make like a little wristband or a glove that targets like the nerves on your wrist, and like use ultrasound to stimulate your nerves so you get haptic feedback without the need for mechanical setup. Due to my vision and hearing problems, I already have a really good sense of space, so that whole phantom limb thing was easy. Hopefully, we get more than phantom limb eventually. We get the give me the brain interface. I want it. Okay, we're making a thumbnail this morning. Let's look up cool masculine or cool biker pose. He's got a biker vibe, so we'll go something like that. I chugging coffee. I can't wake up. Can't wake up inside. Gotta wake. Well, actually, well, I have coffee somewhere. I left it in the other room. I'll get back. I'm back. Do I ever do any coding? Yes, I'll do it every now and then. Usually, if I have like some sort of personal project or something that interests me. Um, that's a cool pose. We'll do something. Am I good at math? I'm good at the math. I'm decent at the math that I know, but I don't know much calculus. Um, so I think that my ability to, um, well, it's trigonometry and calculus. I think I stopped at statistics. Um, I didn't take much math in college. The largest number you know, sideways eight, infinity. We're gonna do like a downward pose, like a cool guy looking down. So that's the plan for school art here. Ooh. Though he doesn't look fuzzy here. So I'm a little set that out. study high level math as a hobby. I think there's definitely a lot of like video games really touch on a lot of different subjects. So it is nice to have some additional learning of math, but I would love to actually get some like real deal learning at some point. I think once I get once there's like a nice AI tutor or something, I'll be able to pick that up pretty quick, or at least explore it more fully. Um, In other news, since apparently I got music out there, I finally sat down to begin working on signing out the guy I was going to hide behind for music. Heck yeah. Are you doing like a VTuber kind of deal for your music person? Music Sona? Oh, thank you. It's very hot. I don't need it right next to my hand. Oh, that's fine. That was my brother. Crossed arms pose. His arms are getting destroyed. So one aspect of Auto Rig Pro I don't like is suddenly it just decides to break the wrist all the time. There we go. I was considering it. That'd be super cool. I like that idea. 3D vector calculus is okay, but when you get into complex numbers, it's a whole other thing. I mean, I know there's definitely a limit to how much math I will have time to learn. Or I'm really only interested in the math that is applicable to what I do. So I will hope to learn more calculus eventually, just to understand how to use shaders better. But take some time. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but it's been on the back burner for years. Not sure if I'll still move forward with him or not. If I do, his name was going to be Smear. Oh, very cool. I'm hoping that my study of sets will help me understand gene code. Gene code? Like a DNA code? Or are you coding denim pants? What is it pinned to there? Oh, there's another object for the elbow. Elbow pinning. That one. And that one. Boom, boom, boom. Decode the human genome. Nice. That's awesome. Definitely, we will be seeing a lot of crazy advancements with gene editing quickly, rapidly. It's very excited to hear the sickle cell treatment. Does that work? It's over under. Over under. Not really a new thing. We have been doing GMO stuff for years. I mean, the only new aspect of it is human trials. I mean, yeah, definitely. Even before we did the genome, we were organizing or breeding animals and all that jazz. I mean, humans eat the GMO. I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm just saying that uh, I'm excited for it. There we go. I'm pumped for it. I think that humanity will benefit greatly from it. No, not really. They're already doing test trials where they're editing the cells in your eyes. So it doesn't edit the full genome, but you can get like the majority. So that's what sickle cell is doing. Like it doesn't change all the genes in your body, but it edits enough of them that it mitigates sickle cell, at least manages the symptoms. Yeah, for full gene editing, where from scratch, you definitely have to do it, edit like an embryo or something. But you can still get massive benefits from gene editing, um, just with like a viral or something. There was a guy, YouTuber, who temporarily cured himself of um, lactose intolerance by taking. He edited a virus, drank it, and it changed his stomach cells in order to be able, or something in his digestive system in order to handle it. But it was temporary. It didn't last as long because it's not like a full edit. And eventually, unless you unless you got the majority of your cells to have that change, um, the effects are temporary because the cells will eventually die out. I'm going to set a child of to the spine. What's this one? Here. CS spine 03. Oh, hey. Hi, little doggy. But again, you are editing the genes. Like, it's you can still get the benefits. Like you can right now, it's pretty seems pretty clear that you could cure things like color blindness and stuff like that because you don't need to edit the whole genome to edit the genes in your eyes. You can just um, get your virus or whatever mechanism you're using to edit it and inject it into the eyes. And that's all you need in order for to have edited your genome and still get a massive benefit. Change my whole body, please. I want Dragon. Give me the Dragon. Especially with digital augmentation, you know, might not even need to do gene editing if you can just straight up cast yourself a new body. Right, I need to get the elbow pin. Or no, I can just swap it to FK. And that should move with the body. Maybe not. Switch and snap to the selected child of constraint. So Sam, you wanted to figure out that brain band thing? I would definitely do. We do nanotech and smart materials to get better. Oh, certainly it's not like commercially ready, but it's gonna happen pretty quick with the way AI is going. But yeah, I would be super interested in making a ultrasonic nerve stimulating device because I think you could get haptic feedback quite easily from that. I bet there's people already working on it, but I think you could do an open source thing for it. And then I want to copy. Wait, let's make sure it works. It's not. What's the point of that? All right, well, we can get rid of that one. I just want it to stick with it. Ah, whatever. We'll move them together. Together. I just need the elbows now. Hey, Grim Skull, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming by. I hope you're having a great one. Happy Monday. Yeah, everybody's tail full control. Let's go. I was thinking, like, even in a cheaper device, like, Phantom Touch seems to work quite well for many people. What if you just had like a tactile display on like the back of your neck? It doesn't like it's not invasive, but it just touches your neck. It's like you have enough nerve endings there that you could probably connect, your Phantom Touch to the physical sensation on your neck, especially if it's got a collider or something. Anyway, I'm very intrigued by that. Yep. Getting into VR avatar creation myself. Nice. Well, welcome to the stream, Grim Skull. Definitely looking forward to seeing what you created. An avatar I made recently, and we're making a thumbnail for him. We're gonna try to do like a cool pose. Cool guy. Wolverine. Cool guy. Warlock Jaw. I would love another set of arms. Sign me up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking like a yeah, like I saw once someone had made like a backpack, or not someone, like someone a researcher, and had like a tentacle arm that like gyroscope out and like could grab things for him. And I was like, yeah, brain interface. I always think of Invader Zim. He has this little backpack where like spider legs come out and he can like climb up stuff. Like, I want that. Give that to me. But so much cool tech on the horizon. I'm very pumped for the future because it's getting a little closer every day, running at us full speed. But also, hello, good morning, Warlock. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Hello, welcome. Dee, dee, dee. looks a little too angry here. I want him to look a little bit more like predatory, but not like evil. How long did it take me to learn Blender? I was thinking of getting into it. I would definitely say that if you are like have to learn Blender as soon as possible, uh, you could probably, especially if you like have like a narrow focus, like oh I want to do texturing or rigging or just animation, it take you like 1 to maybe 2 years to really maybe get to a hireable point. Um, VRChat avatar creation might take a little bit longer to do like everything, but you could definitely learn almost all of it in a year. There's just in order to learn each step fully, it would take probably about 3 years. But you could certainly quickly get an avatar into Unity, from Blender to texturing into Unity. Uh, I mess around in VRChat every now and then. I have a Quest 2 and just got a Quest 3. Nice. Also jumped into Chill Out VR and create a world there. Very basic. Were you able to make the world in Chill Out VR? Inside Chill? Hey, Warlock, thank you for the follow. Super appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. Happy Monday indeed. No, I used Unity. Okay, okay. I was recently messing around with Resonite, and Resonite actually allows you to make worlds while you're in VR, which I was super impressed by. I was like, oh, VRChat should do that. Let's take the elbow, ARP. It's tool, snap, and why does that rotate the hand? Interesting. I love the idea of being able to be in VR and do 3D modeling. Yes, yes. I think it's once resolution displays have higher resolution, it'll be super nice. The big screen might already be there. Well, um, but yeah, Resonate allows you to like at least block out a world, and you can import assets from Blender and stuff while you're in the game. And I was like, it made me realize that like the future of social VR and just the internet in general is it's not like a game; it's an operating system. Like that's exactly what it's going to be. It's like you're just going to have be so much more cohesive than or like a web browser or something. Why is it breaking his head? Contact lenses that put a filter on what you see turn real world into VR. Um, that is definitely what I'd like. I was actually I live in Texas, near Austin area, and I was thinking about getting together like a VRChat meetup, and it's just so interesting because it's like I could always. It's interesting thinking of doing a meetup for VRChat or like VR stuff in real life. It's like kind of, is there a sacrifice a little bit of like I don't know, what it should be? At least you can bring in your VR parties to hang out with you if no one shows up in the physical world. That is Black Mirror right there. A little closer every day. Hello, Led ZB1. Welcome. But I definitely am excited for the future, especially of VR. I think I love this. I love this space. You have a few ideas to create a space to invite viewers with VR. Oh, very cool. Okay. Got a client who is creating a brand like Lo-Fi Girl. Would love to create a VR space and an avatar for her. So that is the goal of 2024. Gotcha. So like an ambient music space or like a mood space. That's smart. I think that's a good way to approach it. When the police stops you and they forget to change their avatar and they look like a goth lolly, 2077 humor. When the goth lolly, hello Led Z1, thank you for the follow. When the goth lolly mech unit police officer spider climbs up your apartment wall. Nightmare fuel. Do I do a full body view? I think I have to even out the rotation. Okay, already saved your Jiggle plugin playlist 2 weeks later. Oh yeah, definitely check it out. A lot of good stuff to learn for Blender. I don't know if I've ever made my Blender playlist public though. There we go. That's a better view. Yeah, I like that. Maybe tilt the head just slightly. And then just move the hips over a wee bit. I've dabbled in Cinema 4D and 4D Lite with After Effects, but mostly for text stuff when I worked for a local news station. Okay, very cool. I do like Blender because it does feel a little bit more like all in one. It's like maybe it's not the best at one specific thing, but it's pretty good at almost everything. Especially in conjunction with something like After Effects. There we go. All right, let's make some lighting. So do a nice big warm light up front, like that or so. Move this back. We'll do a nice rim light. Over here, my favorite, blue rim light. Nice. And you know what? I'm going to delete that one, duplicate this one, and Let's rotate it over here. That looks pretty cool. Nice. All right, lastly, we'll go into shade and we'll select the world. Try that one. All right, satisfying. An ambitious idea to learn, I guess, is for me to just dive into a project. There is an old anime OVA called Megazone 23, and the mech is like futuristic bike that transforms. I have one of the art sketchbooks they sold for it with all the ref drawings. Oh, interesting. Let me look that up. Megazone. It is amazing to me how much retro anime there is. Very cool. I like this look. Dope. That is a cool design, actually. I like this one. This one's really cool. I'm assuming this is the bike gun, this guy. Dope. Very cool. Yeah, I can see the tire right there. Or hubcap. That's awesome. That is really dope. I'm going to file append an object from my other character. I don't know if it ever got a name. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong. Maybe just a material then? I'm just going to take all the materials. And then we'll make a cube and hit it with one of those materials. Probably this one. Nice. Fog. Boom. Set volumetrics to 2. Get some nice detailed fog. I don't know how to remove light sources from the fog, though. I don't like that it's getting picked up so much. I could always add fog in Photoshop. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah. A little bit more light sources. That's kind of cool. Underlight. I like how soft that looks. And then we'll do one more light. with a custom distance. One. Seems like fog was added to the stream camera instead. No. Yeah, my not the best camera. The best camera. All right, just a little bit higher contrast on the face here. Just kind of lower that intensity. There we go. That feels good. And then I think this guy, I will apply the track to, rotate it like that, or make a plane. So I just want a shadow on like half the body, on the lower legs, so that I can do one more light down here, because that looks cool. Because that looks cool. All right. Dope. Let's go ahead and take our pose and say location, rotation, scale for everything. Then make sure we're only rendering one frame. Go to our output folder. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Say renders, scalar, thumbnail, accept. Bit of jaggedness right there. To make an avatar, do you need to make animations in Blender or just the rig? You can get away with just the rig. VRChat, excuse me, has a lot of default animations that they'll apply to your character for you, but you can tweak those. And a lot of times, it is nice to be able to tweak them because, like especially the default crouch animation for VRChat, the character keeps spine or their spine perfectly straight, which looks weird. Like if you were like crouched over, your spine would be curved normally, usually, but like it's just a very unnatural pose. But everything's kept customizable, and you can make your own animator controllers pretty easily. Though that's its own beast. Sometimes animators can be tricky to set up. But yeah, like some people will make like vehicles and stuff. It all uses the same setup for the most part. Um, Same sort of logic, that kind of stuff. But certainly not like a person. Cool. That looks awesome. All right, let's go ahead and render it out. Put a little bit of bloom on there too, because we get this nice soft gradient, which looks dope. Then anything else? I don't think so. Let's render it. Render animation. Whoa. All right. Then save that. Open Photoshop. One second. Let me make sure I don't have anything inappropriate here. We're fine. All right. And we'll do file new. Or no, we don't need to do file new. Go into folder here. Thumbnail renders. Take the render, drop it there. Time to make a cube, put a truck mesh on it, and proceed to isekai people back to real world by running them over. Has anyone seen the let's convert this to a smart object. There's a Suicide Squad isekai coming out. It looks amazing. Or I love the idea. I can't say I probably won't watch it, but I'm thrilled that they're making it. Hello, Kabar. Welcome back. How's your weekend? Smoke, fog, stop photo. It went very well. That's good to hear. That is very good to hear. What's with the fingers? Witchcraft? Which fingers? The fingers in here? I want to duplicate this. There we go. Now I'll put this one above our boy. Set it to, yes. This to lighten. Screen. Then invert it. As a 3ds Max person, I learned how to make shoes in Blender. Good. Oh no, I'm using the Photoshop has a generative AI thing. So I just told it to generate some some images for me. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Future's getting yesterday for me. Generative AI is a wonderful tool. It is an interesting one, that is for sure. Definitely comes with some interesting ramifications, but I do use it quite frequently. Let me delete that invert, actually. Get some great results and then some horrific imagery. Yeah. Like, oh, that looks cool. Oh, wait. No, nightmare fuel. I've been using a lot of Chat GPT, Dolly, and that kind of stuff. Um, use Midjourney for a little bit, but honestly, I think I personally prefer Dolly from ChatGPT. Yeah, that looks decent. Use Midjourney for t-shirt design and ChatGPT for marketing copy. I know it does way more. ChatGPT, oh yeah, it will be um, it'll be nuts. It's already nuts, but I'm excited for some of the latest updates and stuff that'll be coming out soon. There we go. And make another one. Actually, for this one, I would like to make a rectangle. Like this. No fill. Stroke at 20, maybe 80. Yeah, I need to learn how to get it to be my personal assistant and talk to clients. We're getting, I mean, it'll get there soon enough. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually their next update. But it's like Microsoft's working directly with OpenAI. They have all the incentive to make Windows into the best personal assistant possible. Time to register Midjourney domain, pipe its Midjourney, and make it look like mud to every prompt. Okay, this will be all the foreground elements. And then we'll have also a midground. And then we're going to add a stroke to our boy. So two. Just a little. And then one more effect, outer glow, in order to just make pop out a little bit more. Then add on top of him a levels puppy mask. We're just going to push that. Boom. Hello, Arctic. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Anything else? I don't think so. Wish his tail wasn't as shiny. I'm gonna create one more layer, turn it into, put it above. want to kind of softly fade out the tail a little bit. Maybe not that much, but I just like to push it back. And now we'll make some text. Folder, text. And in here, we're going to add Scalor. Let's make it white for now. And I don't quite like that font for him. Doesn't have his character. That's cool. I like that one. You wouldn't steal a car. Something like that. And then make some more text. By and created nice better. Dash me. For these two, I'm going to turn them down just a little. Don't feel as prominent. Okay. And then I'd love some sort of grunge noise for the text. So let's do, oh, you know what? I actually kind of want to see, couldn't I? If I make a layer here, give me the, like that. I want to say, metal text, grunge, rust, emo. But it should be able to take the text as input, like image to image style. We'll see. We shall see. Not quite. Not quite. Maybe it's where I made my... Doesn't seem to have incorporated the text at all, which means I probably did the selection on the wrong layer. Let's try one more time. This time we'll make a layer on top. Control A. Go back here. Copy that. Go here. Paste it here. Try that again. It should use the image. It should. Fingers crossed. Maybe not. One last test of this. I will select the text directly. Wow, that's a lot sound. Maybe I need to merge it. Maybe it just won't recognize text image. Um, let's take everything here. And now we have it all combined. And once again, we'll do the same thing. Sorry, we're doing some experimentation. I like to learn how to use these properly. One final test. We will select the text directly and try the same thing. Okay. That's cool. Interesting. Or it's cool that it picked this up. Oh, it actually totally made it into a different font. Funny. Because of the selection itself. Interesting. So if I set this to multiply something else, that, and then I can hide this, turn on everything else again. Go here. There we go. Then we have our little effect. I put it here as a clipping mask. Huh, kind of gives it a 3D effect. I should have made the selection bigger. But also, I kind of like it, so we're going to go with that. What do we think? Maybe? Kind of like it. I don't mind that. Just hit it with a. Okay. I think that's it. All right. Save. File, export PNG. Loads. Scalar thumbnail. Save. All right. So that's first thing down for today. We're going to switch gears and work on our other avatar, Vadio. And I was totally wrong for I was totally set on like he's a goat too, but he's actually like a sheep or lamb, which makes way more sense. My brain was just really stuck on that for some reason. But here, let me show everyone who has not seen him. The boy. Takes a little bit to load. But we've got this guy. He's coming out super well. So we sculpted him last week. And now we're in the process of creating the simpler mesh on top of him, the mesh that will actually go into the game. And it's challenging because these curls are nuts on the body. These curls are nuts. So thankfully we've only got one section of it left right there. So let's get into it. These curls look like they would take more time than the actual face. Oh, they definitely have. They definitely have. For sure. It will be worth it, though. It will be worth it. But it's certainly been a struggle. Let's go ahead and apply that one. Wish I could hide this half. It's gonna be a little annoying to work around. All right, Control plus, extrude it, shrink it, like that. I'm just gonna get it lined up, ready to go. Bam. It's a little bit laggier than it did the other day. That's because I have two blenders open. Did I just lose my thumbnail? Oh, good. Whew. I thought I lost my thumbnail image. That would have been bad. Okay. Bam. There we go. So that's pretty much my usual plan for these things. So take a chunk we already have, extrude it, shrink it, project it, rinse, repeat. It works pretty well. It does work pretty well. How long does it take to make an avatar on average? If you don't mind me asking, how much do you get paid for it? I don't mind either of those questions. So usually, at the moment, I charge about $900 for a custom avatar. Um, Overall, it takes me anywhere between like 25 to 30 hours of work, 25 to 40 hours worth of work. And I do usually do more than one avatar at the same time. Um, That may change just because my schedule has gotten pretty nuts. um, but yeah, so generally I charge about $900, and I'll probably increase those prices like throughout the year. Correct, $900. Oh, well, thank you, Graham. I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel very lucky to be working here in this space. I think the VRChat community is extremely welcoming, um, and more importantly, excited about this kind of work. Which I did concept art for a long time, um, or tried to get into concept art for a long time, and it was a drag. It was very much a difficult um, space to be in. So I'm very happy to be doing what I'm doing. Sorry, man. Just in a sea of Fiverr. I love to hear artists get what they are worth. Well, thank you, Grim. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, when I was first starting out, I was basically competing with people on Fiverr, even for concept art and stuff too. And that certainly uh, it's a race to the bottom in terms of price on Fiverr. uh, some people have make it work for them, but I think again, just glad to be in this space instead. Bam, shrink, paste, cut, paste. We'll do that again. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's going pretty quick. We want to make sure we get all the ones on the top before moving on to like the next row. It's a little weird if you skip ahead. No, here, there. Is this topology you're making? Correct. Yes. So my method, which is usually what's done in like a game studio or something, start with a sculpture, and then I create the retopology, which is like the version that actually goes in the game. On top of that, I find it a lot easier to um, not trying to be modeling, making good topology, and finding the right shape at the same time. I'd rather have exactly the shape I know I want and then make the topology. It is a little bit easier once you're used to that kind of workflow, um, at least in my opinion. Some people definitely prefer subdivision modeling, and I'm not knocking that. But I feel like this is I'm not looking. I did this method, and I'm not looking back. Where does the shape come from? Um, if you're referring to the sculpture here, this is like just a very dense mesh. So if I go to uh, if I go to this view, wireframe, you'll see that it's just a mesh, um, just like the simpler one that I'm using. Um, but Blender has these sculpture features, and you're just gonna push and pull it like a lump of clay until you have something that you like. So, for example, I can draw. Yeah, it's a little hard to see in this view, but it's a very dense mesh at the moment. Yeah, so you can draw and like move it like a piece of clay. Um, it's very dense right now, though. So working with it's I tend to break it up into smaller pieces that I slowly merge, and then the resolution ramps with that as I merge it as well. Um, but yeah, at some point it's just pretty much impossible to work with that, or it just gets more difficult. It gets slower to work with. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm looking to say. I suck at drawing. I feel like if you if you treat it like engineering for this kind of stuff, it makes it a little bit easier. And it's all about practice. Practice. Or no, you can generate some goofy designs if you want with all the tech stuff that's coming out. Or generative AI, I mean to say. That's too much. That's too much. Let's dissolve those verts. Yeah, like that. But blended tutorials have unhealthy obsession for donuts. Yeah, Andrew Price's tutorial certainly gained its own level of infamy at this point. No, interesting. What's up, Lex? Kim Cam. Oh. Hello, everybody. I'm just a little kitty cat. Just a little kitty cat with a big tummy. Big old tum tum. Yeah, I think I have some opinions about. I don't mind the donut tutorial, but I think Andrew Price has been a. He said some things I don't care for. Kitty. The cat has fine texture. She does. Oh, she's gone already. Hmm. I could kind of push it out this way. Bam. Alrighty. I can just do this. Same old, same old. Do. All right. Time to sit down. Enough standing. I've been reading this book about how movement is really good for like creativity and uh, memorization as well. It's called The Extended Mind. It's pretty good. I'm very intrigued by it. But they're I felt good because they're like standing desks help a lot. It's like perfect. I knew it was helping me. Let's go ahead and apply that one, duplicate it. I'm just going to add a few more cuts here. We'll definitely need the extra resolution. Mhm. Beautiful. BAU. beautiful. We'll come back to that. Oof. How do? How do? I think. Just don't like that there's an extra spot right there. Something like that. And another projection. And another. Ay, ay, ay. We almost have something that works here. Almost. I think we could just get away with some triangulation. Punch a hole there. And probably here too. Maybe one right there. Okay, and then in this spot, extrude it, shrink it, and project it into the shape of our little spiral here. Spiral. Okay, let's apply that. Duplicate the shrink wrap. We're going to isolate, go into wireframe with our sculpt mode. And let's relax some of this geometry. It's getting a little difficult to look at. That'll do. Okay. This guy next. Okay, extrude, reject, rinse, repeat. Let's get in there with the sculpt relax one more time. Get some nicer geometry here. Make it look a little cleaner. Respectable. All right. And then, no, I want read topology on. Just want to go this view. It's an interesting one right here. I think what I can do, take this segment and extrude it, shrink it, paste it. I missed one. Oh, there's another face. Oh, there's a triangulated face right there. Bam. Bam. That's getting messed up there. Ah, darn. Okay, this is not as elegant as I was hoping. We'll move on to a different one for right now. I don't like that one. This one will work nicely, though. Oh, yeah, today's a holiday, isn't it? In the States. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Well, snap. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, everyone. Bam. All right, one more. Hard to get some of these to line up. Super nice. Do what we can. Do what we can. I'll leave that. Hmm. It's getting murky in here as to what the right way is to make these. One, two, three. Do I merge these? And I don't really have to. And it's just going to get more triangulated the further down we go. Ooh, don't like that. What can I do? Bam, bam, bam. Bada boom. It looks good though. We're definitely getting there. Bam. Do you make textures yourself as well? I do. I do. Yeah, I use well, I mean there's some I use Substance Painter. And there's some like procedural textures and techniques that they have. Um, but I do make it all within Substance Painter. I do quite like Substance Painter. Boop, boop. You can do all your texturing in Blender if you want. Um, there's definitely some additional challenges with that, but it's certainly possible, and a lot of people do work that way. Um, it's just not what I prefer. But if you're just looking to, or it's not that I dislike working in Blender. I just I like Substance Painter for texturing. Um, but again, you really can do pretty much 99% of what you want to do all in Blender. Maybe eventually I'll just switch to that completely, the Blender completely for texturing. That's probably a ways off. Bam. I need one more cut there. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I need to text message some people today. Probably need some more cuts here. Something to split this up. JC. Over topo, nothing more necessary, nothing more painful. The geo looks like a nightmare to figure out you're doing well, haha. It is definitely a struggle, but thank you. Appreciate that. I definitely feel a little bit more confident. I've already done one chunk up here and then this chunk on the chest. Um, should work well. Definitely feels a little painful sometimes, though. But hello, JC. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Monday. Welcome to the stream. Hope you had a good weekend. There we go. Don't like making triangles, but I'm willing to do it. I am willing to do it for this. Warlock J. I once had someone back up into my model in VR, and I noticed their avatar creator put their info on the back of the eyeballs. That's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't. I missed that. Your comment there. You put your initials somewhere, like blacksmiths with blades. Not a bad call. I like to put it in my thumbnail, but I really should be, um, yeah, injecting it into the avatar somewhere, at least on the textures. We're almost there. We're almost there. Bang. Which part of the process is the most difficult? Um, when I was first getting into this, definitely the rigging and UV mapping were the um, hardest to learn. But now, when I'm in my process, the most difficult stage is when I'm getting everything into Unity and working on it, because that's when I have to test. And the testing is always where the problems come out. You know, like if things weren't done the right way, that's when you figure out that they were not done the right way. um, so I would say it's just like in terms of the most painful part of it is the testing, um, which is why video game companies have whole departments just for that. Um, the topology here is weird. Okay, that's so all these. Yeah. Rigging is definitely one. Probably rigging and UV mapping are definitely the most unintuitive parts of it. Maybe unless you're familiar with like skinning animals or something. Um, because just knowing how to unwrap a 3D object in order to lay it flat can be can be challenging. Um, and then rigging is just like there's so many, you don't know what you don't know when you get into that, and it's very easy to like do things in a way, undo your work or do things in a way that you did not expect. that's working. Boom. Get them in the crevice. Get in the crevice. Doesn't want it. Just really does not want to get in there. Funny. There we go. All right, and then back into sculpt mode. Make sure to apply and duplicate. Oh, my brain is like kind of melting on this. All these different little pieces. There we go. Alrighty. And one more cut there. Beautiful. Whew, this one still looks so anime. Jagged spikes for fluff. Classic anime. All right, I need to take a sip of my coffee. Getting sleepy. So I'll put on some socks and stand up again. Now we get into the real tough territory. The last few of these. Oops. What the? I've got hiccups. No. I hate hiccups. All right. Should be good. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, this one should go down the middle. Nice. Okay. Then we'll throw some more loops on there. Just one. That all the way over there. All the way over there. All right, apply that one more time. Let's jump into sculpt. Smooth this out. Something resembling good topology. Chunk. Okay. Then this part, extrude. All right. One more cut here. And here. Question mark. Here. Here and here. So everyone see that beer? I forget what that's from. Like Iron Chef or something. Today's secret ingredient is beer. So funny. All right, I don't need to worry too much about the bottom of the fluff. Okay. Almost there. Bam. Extrude, shrink. Hit it there. Sorry, one second. It's a dog bark. Sorry, dog barking. Got so many animals in the house now. Just have just one cat, now a dog sitting. Just yelling at my brother. Funny. Reset those vectors. A little bit cleaner. That's weird. Must have dissolved that on accident. But bam, bam, bam. Just do one first. All right. All right. Once again, apply, duplicate, back into edit mode, get rid of the ski, and then hit it there. Not bad. Maybe just move this one up and try that again. Much better. Okay. Almost there, guys. Oh, gotta get the knuckles loose. One, two, three, four. Get one more selection in there. Boom. Shrink, project, apply. Christy, I started to bug you. Any idea where I'm at in the queue? Um, uh, I have one other kind of edit that I'm juggling at the moment. So I have my main commissions that I'm working on, and those will just continue. But I should finish with Era's edits this week. Um, so hopefully next week I could at least start on getting the face faced, facing the face. But also hello, Christy, welcome. Ideally next week, worst case 2 weeks. So it's just a little harder to plan out the edit work. But yeah, definitely not bugging. I've just been slow to respond. Um, my signature move. Gotcha. It's been a while now. I thought maybe you forgot. I've definitely been busy, but I knew when we last spoke that a lot of the stuff I was working on would probably carry me out to like this far. Uh, just with how much I had to do, still have to do, but finally a little bit more under control this week than previously. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take this 2 plus. But I hope you've been doing well. How's streaming treating you? But right, right, there, there, and there. Streaming has been good. I'm thinking of investing in face tracking. Ooh, exciting. Very cool. Have you been enjoying VRChat then? VRChat has been great, yes. The butt jiggle is very popular. That's good to hear. Yeah, when that tweet is still gets likes of me sharing your avatar. Don't know what it is that draws in people's attention so much. That's good to hear, though. That is very good. I'm glad streaming's going well for you. Oops. I don't know what I did just there. There. Oi. Hey, what's up, Video? Welcome. Video. We finished up Kamari. I have a little bit more edits to do, but I'll have to do those off stream. But Vadio is top of the list for the main commissions at the moment. Hi, cutie sheep. Doing good? Good. That's good to hear. Control R, boom. And R, and R. Oh, is that it? Is that the last one? Oh, wow. We did it. Huh. All right. Fluffed. Whew. Man, that was tough. That was probably one of the tougher things I've ever retopologized. All right, what I'd like to do now. It is. It is indeed. I'll show you the full dealio. So, video. I've totally thought for some reason it was totally in my brain that your avatar was a goat, but are they a sheep or a lamb? Like for some reason my brain was so stuck on goat. Uh, yeah, it's coming out really well. Actually, sheep. Okay, that makes way more sense. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, yeah, but he's coming out super well. He's got a little outfit too. We'll have to adjust the shirt so that we get it over the fluff, but we don't have to do that until after. I do need to get some twofers for him. We'll take those from Kamari. The fingers, those look good. I think we can leave them right there. Like that. Just needs a signature green and perp. The green and perp. Looking super great, right? Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. The green and perp. The green and perp. Boom. Boom. And that's going to be it for our tufts. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, it's like that. It do be like that. All right, leave that. Let's get the horn made. Should be pretty straightforward. All right. Then I'll turn on the shrink wrap. Let's do this. Nice even spacing. Alrighty, let's go ahead and apply both of these. Voila. You might as well close it up. That ain't right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 4. And then here, we want this one. Oh, 1, 2, 3. One. Almost. Good. There we go. Mark seam. And boom, 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 boom. Okay. And then last but not least, apply shrink wrap one more time. Go in with the slide relax. Get everything nice and spaced out. Even Stevens. That's what we're looking for. Even Stevens. There we go. All right, retopo horn done. Drop that right there. I'm gonna sit down. All right, we got 1 more hour worth of work for this morning. Oh. Forgot to send the oh, of course it didn't drop. No, I'll do it at lunch. I'll do it at lunch. Kind of tempted to merge or sculpt the hair. It's gonna take too much time, I think. All right, let's see what we can do here. So, first things first. Actually gonna duplicate this. Move this into the retopo. Retopo hoof. In the hoof, we'll just delete everything. Need to sculpt that a little bit more. Actually, should I? Yeah, I should. Sculpt them together. Bam. Subdivide. Too many options. And might as well just do it again right now. Boom. So that way, you can line it up there. Take this one. E. Make sure we set this to local. And alrighty. Then same with here. Love it. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4. On this side, here, so. Go. 1, 2, 4. Bam. All right. I lose my. No, never had one. Give me a shrink wrap. Give me a shrinky wrappy. There we go. Actually, let's connect these first. Alrighty. Maybe probably too much resolution there. I don't know. I mean, they're kind of important to the look of it. Oh, I closed chat. My apologies, everyone. Hello, Mr. Agid. Welcome. How is your day going? All right, sleep schedule still recovering from ANW. ANW. I'm assuming another convention. That would be my guess. I'm doing quite well. Kicking butt, taking names, the usual. Anthro Northwest in Seattle. Well, nice. That's awesome. You're doing a lot of conventions. Do you work at the conventions? I worked at NW. Yeah, probably won't work another convention until BLFC though. Interesting. But you'll be going to other conventions in the meantime. Bye. 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 Well, that's X is 0. Oh, I have to apply this now. And I can do that. All right, I think they're working. There we go. I'll be doing Van Hofer in Las Vegas, 100%. The other ones I'm planning this year don't really give great benefits. Interesting. When you say benefits, are you referring to health care or like just um, con privileges, I guess? There we go. Hoof. We've got the hoof. A&W gave free reg and catered all my meals, for example, which was really nice. That is nice. Looking into Anthrocon, they don't even offer con registration. They give you like a shirt and a badge, and that's it. That does not sound as enticing. All right, let's take from the sculpture the eyebrows or the eyes, and then duplicate the eyes and eyelashes and eyebrows. Take the eyeball, send that over to Retopo. These two, duplicate, send over as well. I think I will want the nose to be a separate object this time. That'll make a little bit more sense. Terms of VRC specifically and anthro-type avatars, what would you say the most underserved types of characters are? Like, what do you feel has the least in terms of options? Um, you're saying like out of the base avatars for VRChat, which one has the least? I think it kind of depends on how you look at it. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some very popular furry species that exist on like Fur Affinity and DeviantArt that do not exist in VRChat. So in that regard, I would say that like there's just some that don't exist at all. If you're talking about like more which it is interesting because it seems to me like a certain base avatar will get very popular, and because it gets popular, it gets a lot more options. So like the Rexentrum avatar or the Proto avatar. Is it Proto something? Um, so it's kind of the other way around, where I would say like generally all of them have minimal options except the ones that get popular, and then those have a lot of options and a lot of like clothes because people will start making items and stuff for them. So it's not necessarily that they're, other than that, all the protogen, yes. That would be my understanding. Um, yeah. Sorry to yawn. um, it is definitely like luck of the draw. It seems to me in terms of what ends up getting popular. Um, because like it's just like the internet, right? It's like somehow something goes viral. No one really knows that's what that secret sauce is. They just know that it happens. Um, are you asking because are you interested in trying to seek out what avatars, or like if you were to make an avatar to sell? Interesting. Thank you. I've been trying to figure out a good niche. I tend to model more monster type things, werewolves, things like that. Most stuff I've seen is very smooth in anime. People definitely like the cartoon style avatars, but the other aspect to that is because simpler avatars can work on Quest. I think that most likely has a bit more to do with it, um, because Quest is the biggest platform, um, biggest community, and biggest headset that's used in VRChat. Oops. As a character artist, I work in games. Yeah, polycount limits for Quest seem extremely tight, so I guess that contributes. Isn't the current limit like 20k for Quest? In general, there's a performance stats. You can go to the VRChat documentation for the performance stats. I can go ahead and paste that here, and so you can see the breakdown of like what's possible. Oh, sorry, that's PC. Yes, max is 27, and unlike PC avatars where you can go above poor into very poor, they will just remove your avatar. You just can't upload an avatar that's more than that on the Quest side of things. Um, so that's definitely part of it, but I wouldn't say that's the whole enchilada. Uh, for success, a lot of it too is like you get creators that get popular and people are like wanting work from that creator in particular. Um, yeah. Are you looking to? So are you're currently in the game industry, thinking about going into VRChat? It's cool to hear. I think I tried to, or I was working in the game industry freelance for quite a long time. It's rough, but actually good exercise in figuring out how little you can get away with. You had the misfortune of working at a startup, and you can do the math on that one, Lamo. I've been in very similar situations. It is very easy to burn out in that startup space. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm glad I don't have to go back to that. And I wish you well finding work here. Certainly, there is a lot of desire for new stuff in VRChat, and I think each passing day there's more people in it and more stuff that people want. So it is a really good spot to be, in my opinion, um, as a creator. Um, where's my repo go? Oh, there we go. There we go. Hold it like a stack of cards. So yeah, I figure I want to do some stuff for myself, and I used to be sort of big in the furry art scene a long, long time ago. So I'm wondering how viable it is. I would definitely, if you have a following that's excited for your work, absolutely move into it because I think that is exactly what you need for a product to be successful in VRChat. Um, Is it a name? I'm curious. Do you mind if I ask what your moniker was when you were doing that work? Sounds like you try. I used to be a big deal of Lamo, but yeah, the market seems like it got a few good places to establish it. It does, and it will continue to grow for sure. I think this is VR chat and VR in general is only going to get bigger. Um, and I do think that the future of for artists in games, it may not be VR chat, but it certainly will be much more centered around platforms. Oh, geez. Okay, so I used to be known as Jijix in the mid aughts. The mid aughts. Interesting. I personally am not familiar, but perhaps others in chat are. But that's cool. That is very cool. Yeah, I think just go for it. There's no reason to hold back, and especially if you had like a custom species. Um, I'm not sure, but if you did, but uh, that certainly helps because I think people like, especially the furries, adoptables, custom species. Those are things that only exist in the furry scene, and sort of. I guess there's an OC scene as well, but it seems very much a part of the furry scene as well. Um, but like, I don't know. It's so cool. There's so few communities like that outside of the furry community. Like even looking at the NFT space, which was like so much about, there's a lot of complaints to be had and criticisms levied at them, but like it is interesting to see even they have much bigger problem with like uh do you think it'd be the perfect solution for people that have a following to grow like a body of their own personal work, but it just turned into like people salivating over like single images, which I still don't quite understand. It's like in the furry community, you have like people building their own species, their own worlds. It's very creative and much more fleshed out, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I look forward to seeing that get applied a bit further to VR chat, the scene, the space. Because was it Hanma with Chatter here? They're putting together like RP servers and stuff, and like I'd love to see what the continued evolution of that looks like. I always thought it'd be cool to have like a like a Gundam battle where it's like people make their own custom Gundams in like Udon. So it'd be more like a world thing, but you'd have like a point pool that you can spend to make your own custom Gundam. So it's like okay, you have like a Warhammer or something. So you have X amount of points. This is a total tangent. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling right now, but uh, I think it'd be cool if you had like battle bots, but for VRChat, right? It's like people make their own system, uh, and then like there are little tournaments as people battle with their like little Gundams against each other. And to make it fair, you'd have like a point pool to spend on certain types of items. Like okay, you can only spend you have this many points. So if you want to make a laser or something, then you only have this rate of damage for a continuous weapon or something like that. Anyway, total tangent there. But I'd love to see. So you see a bunch of creators club together and make modular assets and stuff. That would be pretty cool. I think so. Yeah, like a custom. I don't know how to describe it. I just thought it'd be pretty cool. You need to put it in worlds where the uh, networking is good or optimized worlds so that your Gundam isn't lagging. You can't win by lagging the other person out. Anyway, if anyone wants to take an idea and steal it, please do, because I'd love to see it. I just lag them with a million primitive avatars circles second life days. Oh yeah, I mean Crasher avatars are there's people who make stores just for Crasher avatars. It's a little messed up, but it's out there. Bam. Oh, there's a little gap right here. There's a little teeny gap. All right, what are stats at? Well, all right, 43,000 triangles. We're doing good because now we just need to retopo the shirt and then get the teeth in town. We're good. Excuse me. I'm clicking. Please. Oh my lord. You're not clicking that. Man. Okay, let's do the clothing. Oh, and the hair. Hair we need to find out too. So this should be a backup copy. Done quite a bit of work. Make sure we did. All right, so one at a time. We'll make sculpt clothing. Hmm. I actually should probably just mesh these. Mesh, combine. You will be sculpt tank top, which you already are. Be bell and that. All this stuff, mesh. Make a single user. Combine. Sculpt Hawaiian. Okay, we need to do a little bit more modeling for the bell. We just want a way to attach it to the collar and probably give the collar a little bit more detail. Time to look up some reference. There we go. Why is it so uneven? I don't understand. I don't understand. I swear I'm just clicking the same stuff. Just flatten the key. I click and click again. There we go. Beautiful. Okie doke. Let's start on some clothing. Oh, hello, Piyush. Welcome back. Hello, hello. How is your day going? We're working on a sheep right now. It's making me feel sheepish. How's my day going? It is going very well. Feels good to be getting work done on Vadio here, our sheep. Uh, we're kicking butt. We are kicking butt. What's the best way to do collar? I'll have to wait till we finish the rest of this, I think. But yeah, we're working on our avatar here, getting commissions done. Hello, Dr. Pippa K. I'm here. How are you? I'm doing very well. Doing very well. We're kicking butt, taking names, making avatars. And I can show you the avatar right here. So he's the sheep. Ignore the missing eyes. Oh, we do have a tail for him too. Got a tail, but we sculpted him, added some materials, and now we're in the process of retopology, making the simple version of the avatar, so we can bring that into the game, into VRChat. Well, thank you, Dr. Pippa K. And he also has clothing too. He has a Hawaiian shirt and a tank top. So we're going to be making the tank top right now. In fact, where did my... Did I make that in the sculpture? Oh, okay, yeah. My retopos. Here, Topo Hawaiian. Yeah, we're making a nice, simple version right now. Are you familiar with VRChat? Yeah, I played a lot with that game. It's cool. It is very cool. That's what I do here. I make VRChat avatars full time. Work with a lot of different people to make a lot of different avatars and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're looking to learn how to make them or stuff like that, that's basically what I do. Or other video game characters. It's all applicable to Unity as well, so. Let's apply these two. just going to dissolve that one. There we go. Noise. This one should bake really well. Sometimes they don't bake as nice, but this one's looking very promising. Right on the tippy. Is it okay if I can stay here so I can learn from you? Absolutely, absolutely. That's why I like sharing what I do. I hope to make a course sometime in like a month or two on how to do what I do. Usually it takes me like a week or two to finish an avatar, so it'd be hard to make every stream. So I think a course is a good idea. Actually, I will just do duplicate. I'm going to head off for now. Have a nice rest of your day. All that sounds great, Arctic. Enjoy your day. Thank you for coming by. Hope you're having a great start to your week. And see you in the afternoon or tomorrow. Bye, Arctic. Bye. Hello, Shatter. Welcome. 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 Hello, hello. How's your day going? And welcome. I wish I could pin stuff. And that'd be nice in sculpt mode. Oh, and sorry to miss your messages for the offer to help investigate our Wi-Fi. I certainly appreciate that, but I definitely just got off work and didn't look at my computer. Should probably take a look at some point, but I'm just feeling a little lazy. I'm just gonna chillax, maxing, relaxing, up to no good. Although I got lost in VR that day. Just imagine you stumbling around your room. Who put this headset on me? All right. Wow. Now we'll take this one. 0.6 extrude. I encouraged Forgotten Mods and Blade and Sorcery and got scared to death. Is there like a... I saw someone doing some like Blade and Sorcery Ready or Not style gameplay in Blade and Sorcery, like that SWAT thing, SWAT game. I was pretty surprised to see that, but it seemed like I guess it's a fitting game for that kind of gameplay, but mm-mm. A little bit of clipping right there. We want to pull the collar out there. And this should actually be right here. Did you forget you had some sort of like scary mod installed? I spawned in a basic area and started some enemy waves like normal. Then I got rushed by squads of people with guns. Well, my longsword doesn't block bullets well. Take this. It's like that Deadpool scene where he's like, just all the bullets are going through. Came back with a lightsaber and a Glock for good measure. What about a Glock that shoots lightsabers? We'll continue this under there. That's where it'll separate. Everything else can continue up here. Bam. Be a little. Let's change our retopology settings to 0.01. I really don't want to be able to see this guy. That's better. On. That looks good. Mhm. Do, 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 do. I remember playing Minecraft in VR, and that game actually scared the crap out of me because this little baby zombie was chasing me around, and it got me. I was like, I haven't played it since, actually. Now that I think about it, it's too scary. Apparently, there's a Lethal Company mod for VR now too, which that seems like it'd be pretty fun. Well, I can't do scary unless I'm with others or at least have a weapon. I meant to play a bunch of scary games for Halloween, and I never ended up doing it. I have to rectify that. It's time to get spooked. Time to get spooked. Is clothing not part of the model? How does it deal with collisions? It's a great question. So usually I'll have the clothing and the body be separate objects, but they'll still act like one thing where um, the clothing will move with the body like it's attached to the body because they're both attached to the same skeleton. Um, you can add physics to things through fizz bones, which is basically just taking a portion of the skeleton and making it have physics. So it'll move like it's like for a tail is a great example because it's a series of bones that make things move. Like you can imagine a tail flopping or a spine or something. Um, but that's the same way you would make the hair have physics. It's the same way you'd make the ears jiggle or breasts as also a great example. In video games, breasts have bones, which is maybe a terrifying, mildly terrifying concept. Um, uh, but so the clothing will move with the body, almost like it's attached. It's you could think of it as it being attached to the body. Um, but right now, I'm keeping them separate uh, because when we paint them, I'll want to have them separated by the materials I assign. So I'll have a material for the clothing and then a material for the body. Um, and it's easier for them to be separate currently. Um, Generally, when you're optimizing game objects, you do want absolutely everything to be one object. Ideally, everything's one object on a character. Doesn't always work out. That's if you're like really, really pushing optimization, like maybe a mobile game or something like that. Uh, or, a quest avatar. All right, we got another 10 minutes of work, and then I will be taking lunch. But hopefully that answered your question. Um, yeah, right now we're still in the like assembly stage, assembling stage. I think I'm going to move this way and get another cut here. It does, thank you. I'm not sure how you can attach clothing on the model skeleton, but I just know very little about this stuff. It's so it's a there it's just mesh. Both the body and the clothing are mesh objects, so geometry. So they attach to the skeleton in the exact same way, using an armature modifier. Um, and then basically you paint. So for like the arm bone, you would paint a portion of the model so it's influenced by the arm bone, and so that chunk of mesh will move with the arm bone, or leg, or spine, or there's even bones for lips and stuff. Um, you can think of it very much like a puppet. It's a very much a good analogy for this kind of, or for a 3D model. like a ball jointed uh, model. Or doll is what I mean to say. Okay, I'm kind of messed up my little shoulder here. Some things have to be in specific spots. Okay. I see. So clothing would have offset further from the main model. So the model literally wearing it. Exactly. Yeah. So you just want to make sure it's literally over it. Sometimes what I do make sure that I can turn off sections of the model with some shaders, which are some like textures and stuff that give you some further control over the model. Yeah. Generally, for 3D models, it's either a static object where it sorry, I'm spacing out. A static object where it doesn't have any bones, like think of like a brick. Oh, hello, Play. Welcome back. You caught me just before lunch. I'll probably be going to lunch in the next 10 minutes or so. But hello, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Non-Euclidean otter. Hello, the skeleton controls how the clothing deforms the exact same way it controls how the model deforms. You just have to tell the skeleton which bones affect which parts of the clothing, in the same way you tell which bones affect part of the body mesh. That's a good, very, very exact description. When your characters are done, are you the one who makes the rig for the characters? Yes, I do. I sculpt from start to finish. I think I'm late. That's okay. I will end the stream in about 10 minutes, but I do stream later in the day. So this is just the first of 2 streams. I'll just be going on lunch. But yeah, so I go all the way from taking the reference images the client provides me to sculpting, texturing, modeling, rigging, etc., and then integrating it into VRChat. Make sure it can move and all that stuff as well. I'm the full package. Where did this come from? What is that? Wait, what? I cut that wrong. Bam. 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 I'll have to fix that. I have to remember to fix that. Other than that, there we go. Wonderful. Okay, let's duplicate this, apply it. We're going to go in with our sculpt tool to ease out the spacing here. A little messed up. Ooh. I actually have to do this manually. Think of it this way: the clothes is just another body you're attached to the same skeleton. Yeah, that is a. It looks at it in the exact same way, and it is the exact same stuff. Do, 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 do. There we go. Beautiful. This course you're working on, are you breaking it into sections for each area of work or start to finish of one model? It would be start to finish one model, but broken into sections. So we'd have a section just for the sculpting of the avatar, and then retopology and etc. for each chunk of work, which is why it'll take a while to get together because I will have to go through basically the full process of making one, um, and also then editing the video and stuff. And turn this back on. I just want to finish this shirt and then we'll call it a day. Just want to get this sorted. The spacing here is no good. Bam, bam, space. Bam, bam, space. Boom, boom, space. And then we can hit it one more time with sculpt. Beautiful. Fantastic. Extraordinary. Oh, neat. I want to move all my texture painting in Blender so I can ditch fucking Substance for good, so I'll definitely be grabbing it when you release it. Oh, gotcha. I will probably still go over Substance painting. So that might be a separate thing than this. Because I'm just going to go over my method as it is right now. But texture painting and Blender is subpar. It is unfortunately in a little harder. But yeah, I'll be doing the I'll be teaching it. Create a substance or Quixel or armor paint. There was some other new option I was looking at before. I have to double check, but that being said, I think having a tutorial on how to texture paint in Blender would be fun to have. That one I'll probably just do for my YouTube channel rather than a course. My YouTube. YouTube. Quixel or armor paint, I'll have to see they have those in a Linux package. Bam, bam. My shrink wrap not working? Oh man, that's frustrating. It was pushing it below the surface. Don't do that, Blender. Should not be below the surface. Super frustrating. I do not recommend texture painting in Blender. This is performance. It's so laggy, and oftentimes you'll paint through parts of the model, even when all your settings are set not to. Yeah, you do have to be really conscious of like pulling your model apart, like making sure that you can only paint on one. On like if you're painting just the face, you basically need to rip the face off and turn it into its own object in order to paint it properly. Doable, but you have to be a patient person. I'm not. I'm not. One last one here. There we go. Okay, I think we've got the shirt done. Do need to double check nothing below the surface. Ah, I can't believe I did that. All right, that's fine. All right, I gotta stop. Rip and paint ukulele playing doom music in the distance. Pretty much. Artistic doom. Bob Ross doom. All right, y'all. Thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. I will be back soon. Um, I'm just gonna go on lunch, and in about an hour and a half from now, I will return for the second session of the day, and hopefully we'll be on to UV mapping by the end of the day. I think we'll be able to get the character into Substance ready to paint. Armor Paint has a Linux package for $20. I'll give it a try. Bone apple teeth. Thank you. Crunchy. Warlock, and everyone else, thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you all have an amazing morning, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. And if you're anyone's lurking out there that's new, definitely hit that follow or subscribe. See you soon, everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye, Dad. Bye.